Real estate for beginners. Today we're going to talk about where does a deal actually come from, the flow of a deal, and how you can go out and get your first real estate deal coming up. Hey guys, my name is Pace Morby. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about where does a deal actually come from. I don't think many people understand that the seller is the very beginning of a deal and then it flows all the way through. So let's talk about what most people know a deal comes from is right here, real estate agents. So real estate agents don't typically have the greatest deals. I'm sorry if you're a real estate agent, but the reality is we call this on market. This is the on market process. So you'll sometimes hear real estate investors like myself, my friends, people like Jerry Norton, Max Maxwell, Steve Trang, a lot of these people talk about on market deals. An on market deal comes through a real estate agent, and that real estate agent then throws it all the way on the real estate market, which is the MLS. That's an acronym that stands for Multiple Listing Service. It's a stupid name, but it's basically where buyers, families like Jane, John Smith, go and find properties when they're represented by a buyer's agent, and we're gonna get to that later. My team does not focus on on-market properties. However, there are a lot of people that do, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that there's so many different strategies. We're gonna cover those today. On market is not something that I love to do because real estate agents a lot of times are called by the seller. So here you go, you've got the seller on, what's the address that everybody references? It's always 123 Main Street, all right? So here we go, 123 Main Street, seller says, I'm ready to sell my property. What does that seller do? The seller will call a listing agent and say, hey, you're my brother, you're my cousin, you're my mom's aunt's uncle's monkey's uncle, whatever. And they will ask that real estate agent to put their house on the market. What that tells somebody like me is that this seller does not have a lot of the magic word pain. Okay, there's not a lot of pain there. There's nothing I can do for that seller that a real estate agent can't. Okay, now the seller has plenty of time. They sign a 6-month agreement with that real estate agent, and that 6-month agreement says that that real estate agent is the only person that is allowed to sell that property for the duration of that 6 months, okay? So that's called a listing agreement. That listing agreement gives that agent 6 months to go and sell that on the open market. Now, we'll get into this a little bit later, but it's pretty rare for an agent to sell to a fix and flipper or to sell to a wholesaler in that situation, but there are circumstances that they do. So that typically is going right on the market. Seller calls the agent, agent throws the house on the market, okay? The next situation, and you'll see that the arrow changes a little bit here, where the seller reached out to the agent when they wanted to sell their property. Here, the wholesaler, who is constantly looking for good deals. That's what wholesalers do. Wholesalers are looking for good deals. So do you think a wholesaler is going to have a good business if they just wait for a seller to call them? No, okay? It's pretty rare for a seller to call a wholesaler, but this wholesaler is going to be doing outreach to sellers. So they do that through methods like cold calling, all right? They use, batch skip tracing or batch leads. Links down below if you guys want to learn how to use those. There's other YouTube videos we've done as well. Cold calling, they do texting, right? They do outreach to that seller and they say, hey, are you interested in selling your home? And what the wholesaler does is the wholesaler will typically do one of 3 things. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but the wholesalers are the ones that are reaching out, cold calling, texting, direct mail, SEO, right? Websites and all the things that you can do to reach out to sellers. There's 100 other ways like door knocking, right? Or bandit signs, billboards, radio, TV, hundreds of different ways to reach out to that seller. But the situation is the wholesaler is reaching out to a seller. Now, what does the wholesaler do with that property? The wholesaler, if they get the house under contract, they are going to either A, sell it to a fix and flipper, B, they're going to assign it to another wholesaler that maybe that wholesaler sells it to a fix and flipper, or B, they're going to put it on the market themselves, also known as wholetailing, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So If a wholesaler gets a contract from a seller, that means that the seller has that magic word, pain, right? And it doesn't mean they're in physical pain, it just means there's a circumstance that doesn't allow that seller to sell through a real estate agent. So it could be they have no equity, right? Which means they owe $300,000 to the bank, but the house is only worth $300,000. Well, the seller's gonna have a really hard time selling through an agent because the agent's gonna take their commission right out of that deal. So a lot of times wholesalers will lock those up with creative finance. That's a good solution. Sometimes sellers need their money in a week. Sometimes the seller has a house that's burned down. Sometimes the house hasn't been renovated in 40 years. Sometimes there's 50 different circumstances that the wholesaler can solve for the seller that the real estate agent cannot solve for the seller. That is where wholesaling real estate comes in as a super valuable tool. And if you're not wholesaling either cash deals or even creative finance deals, that is the easiest way to get into real estate. The easiest way to get into real estate is to become a wholesaler of both cash deals and creative finance deals, okay? More videos on that later, but I'm just gonna talk to you about how deals kind of flow. Again, wholesalers are constantly reaching out to a seller. Now, the third way that a deal gets done is a trusted advisor will be in communication both ways. So sometimes the seller reaches out to a trusted advisor, sometimes the trusted advisor reaches out to them. Who is a trusted advisor? Well, that'd be a probate attorney, maybe a financial advisor, an estate planning attorney, a family friend. Somebody is telling the seller they need to sell their house, okay? Now, we get a lot of deals from trusted advisors, even as wholesalers, even as fix and flippers. Where do those deals come from? My probate attorney referral relationships send me referrals of sellers who are in a bad situation. Now, the magic word again is pain. There is usually pain here. Somebody inherited a property they can't afford, somebody has a house that hasn't been renovated in 50 years, or sometimes the seller has a financial hardship and they need to offload their properties. A lot of landlords will run into, oh my gosh, this house burned down, I need to sell one or two of these houses to cover my cost over here. And they will go through a trusted advisor, financial advisor, probate attorney, estate planning attorney, whatever, okay? Every once in a while, you get a seller that says, I don't like realtors, I don't want to sell to an investor, I don't have a trusted advisor, so what do? They do something called for sale by owner. So they go directly to the MLS. There are listing services that they can do this. They go to Zillow, they go to Redfin, they go to Craigslist, they go to multiple different websites and they try and sell the house themselves because they don't want to pay commissions to a real estate agent, okay? Now, these are the 4 ways a deal gets done. Either A, the seller lists it through a realtor, B, the seller sells it to an investor because the investor has repeatedly reached out to that seller and said, let's work out a deal, let's work out a deal, let's work out a deal. C, the seller has a trusted advisor, an attorney, a financial advisor, or close family friend that knows about real estate that encourages them to sell the property. Or lastly, the seller says, I don't want to do any of that. I want top dollar and I'm willing to wait and I'm willing to negotiate with my buyer directly without an agent, and they do a for sale by owner. Those are the 4 ways that a deal gets done. What we're gonna do is now we're gonna tell you where those deals get sold and how you can insert yourself into all of those.